Hello all. Today we are going to see Article 21 of the Constitution of India. Article 21 provides that no person shall be deprived of his life or personal liberty except according to procedure established by law. Before looking towards the provision of this Article 21, we need to see the meaning of the terms which has been used under Article 21. Very firstly, here the word person has been used. So this inclusion of word person signifies that the right available under Article 21 is not only available to the citizen but it is also available to the foreigner also, and because of it, in Chairman Railway Board versus Union of India, the Indian Supreme Court has awarded the damages to the Bangladeshi rape victim. Then another term are life, personal liberty, procedure and law. For explaining this Article 21, we can take records of the offence of the theft. Under Section 378 and under Section 379 of the Indian Penal Code, the offence of the theft and the punishment of that offence is given. So, with regarding to the offence of theft, Section 378 provides that whoever takes away or abridges the movable property of the another person without that another person's consent, then that person has committed the offence of a theft. And as far as punishment is given under Section 379, the punishment up to the 3 years has been given. Nextly, how that person is to be prosecuted, what is the procedure for its prosecution, then what principles are to be followed. So all these things are given under the Criminal Procedure Code. Okay, so for depriving the personal liberty of that person, the Indian Penal Code is present, which provides the offence, as well as the Criminal Procedure Code is also present, which provides the procedure by which that person can be detained. What is required, that there should be the law should be there, that law should prescribe certain procedure by which the life or personal liberty of any person can be taken. As far as the term life is concerned, Justice Field in Murn versus Illinois has observed that life does not mean mere animal existence, but it is more than that. Also, Justice Bhagwati in Francis Colley versus Delhi Administration has observed the same thing. With regarding to the personal liberty, Justice Subbarao in Kharak Singh versus State of Uttar Pradesh has observed that the word personal liberty is not only confined to the physical existence of the person, but it is more than that. Nextly, as far as the procedure established by law is concerned, the India has witnessed two extreme views of the judiciary. Very first view, which has been adopted by Indian judiciary at the immediately after the commencement of the constitution in A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras case, and another view which has been adopted by the Indian Supreme Court in Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India case, and the view has been taken by the judiciary in post Maneka period. So this very first one is very rigid view, was their literal interpretation of the statute has been made, while post Maneka period has witnessed a liberal interpretation of the Article 21. So basically, very first time in A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras case, this A.K. Gopalan was the leader, and this person was arrested under the Preventive Detention Act, and the procedure and this Preventive Detention Act was challenged in A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras, contending that it is violating Article 21 of the Constitution. So in this case, the question before the judiciary was whether Article 21 envisaged any procedure laid down by a law enacted by a legislature, or whether procedure should be fair and reasonable. So with regarding to it, the court has taken very literal approach in this A.K. Gopalan case. The contention of the petitioner was that here this person has been arrested without giving him an opportunity of being heard. While arresting that person, he also the procedure the things which has been given under article 22, like the information about the grounds of the arrest, then consultation with the advocate. So these things were not followed, and hence he said that whenever the law prescribes the procedure, then that procedure should follow the principle of the natural justice. Next contention of the petitioner was that whenever a life or personal liberty of any person is to be taken, then it should follow, or it should be within the bounds of Article 19 Clause 2, because Article 19 provides the various Article 19 provides various freedom which has been made available to the person. And when life or personal liberty of any person has been taken, then obviously it affects on Article 19, and that's why it has been said that it has been contended that there is the interconnection is present between Article 14, 19 and 21 of the Constitution. And next contention of the petitioner was that the law includes the due process of a law. So with regarding to this approach, the Supreme Court has rejected all the contentions of the petitioner, and the view has been taken by the court was that so whenever the life or the personal liberty of any person is to be taken, then there must be a law, means law should be present there. That law should prescribe the procedure, and the executive should follow that procedure. If these three things are there, then we can say that say the arrest of that person is the justiciable one. And as far as A.K. Gopalan case is concerned, the Preventive Detention Act is present. That Preventive Detention Act prescribes the procedure, and also while arresting the A.K. Gopalan, the executive had followed that procedure, and so the judiciary has validated the arrest of the A.K. Gopalan. So this approach of the judiciary, this rigid approach of the judiciary was started to change subsequently after 1970. Very first time in R.C. Cooper versus Union of India, where the court has connected Article 19 with that of the law which has been passed under Article 31. Nextly, in Bennett Coleman versus Union of India, it also has been given that if law affects the freedom of speech, then its reasonableness can be assessed with respect to Article 19 Clause 2, even if it not directly enacted to control the freedom of speech. Later on, in P.L. Lakhanpal versus Union of India, again the Supreme Court has observed the great departure in the approach while interpreting Article 21. Then came the Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India case, where the Supreme Court has laid down that whenever law prescribes the procedure, then that procedure should be just, fair and the reasonable one. This Maneka Gandhi judgment deeply influenced on the administration of the criminal justice and criminal administration, prison administration, and this Maneka Gandhi judgment provides a great sign of the development in Indian administrative law. And because of this Maneka Gandhi judgment, in today's scenario, very first time right to education was included. Right to education has been held as the one of the facet of Article 21. Next, right to livelihood, right to free legal aid, then right to medical assistance. So various dynamic view has been given, a multidimensional view has been given by Indian judiciary with regarding to this Article 21. Thank you so much.